Greetings to everyone. The topic of our video today pertains to the alarming connection between ultra-processed foods and preventable premature deaths across the globe. A groundbreaking study spanning 8 countries reveals how these industrially engineered foods, laden with artificial additives, are silently fueling a public health crisis. From Colombia to the United States, the data paints a stark picture. The more we consume these foods, the higher the toll on our lives. This urgent issue demands global action to reshape our diets and prioritize fresh, minimally processed foods. Without further delay, let us delve into our discussion. What lurks in the colorful packages lining our grocery shelves? Ultra-processed foods, industrial concoctions masquerading as nourishment, have woven themselves into the fabric of global diets. These ready-to-eat or heat products, crafted from lab-synthesized ingredients or stripped-down food extracts, contain scant traces of whole foods. They've stealthily displaced the vibrant, fresh ingredients and home-cooked meals that once defined our tables. A pivotal study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine by Elsevier in 2025 casts a spotlight on this growing menace. Drawing from dietary surveys and mortality records across 8 nations, Australia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, the United Kingdom, and the United States, it unveils a chilling truth. Premature deaths, those striking adults aged 30 to 69 years, surge in lockstep with the share of ultra-processed foods in our daily energy intake. The numbers don't lie. Where these foods dominate, lives are cut short. Eduardo Augusto Fernandes Nilsson, Doctor of Science from Brazil's Oswaldo Cruz Foundation, led this charge. He warns, ultra-processed foods wreak havoc far beyond their high sodium, trans fats, or sugar content. It's the alchemy of industrial processing, colorants, artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and a parade of additives that amplifies their danger. By examining all-cause mortality, this study captures the full scope of their impact, a grim tally of lives lost to processed convenience. The findings are stark. For every 10% increase in ultra-processed foods' contribution to total energy intake, the risk of death from all causes climbs by 3%. In Colombia, where these foods make up 15% of calories, they account for 4% of premature deaths. Contrast that with the United States, where over 50% of energy comes from ultra-processed sources and a staggering 14% of early deaths, 124,000 in 2018 alone, are tied to their consumption. The pattern holds across nations, from Brazil's 17.4% to the United Kingdom's 53.4%. Why does this matter? Ultra-processed foods are linked to 32 distinct diseases. Think cardiovascular issues, obesity, diabetes, certain cancers, even depression. This study marks a first, quantifying their toll on premature mortality across diverse countries. It's a wake-up call. In high-income nations where ultra-processed foods dominate diets, over 50% in the US and UK, the burden is immense, but stable. Yet in low and middle-income countries like Brazil and Mexico, consumption is skyrocketing, signaling a looming crisis. Dr. Nilsson's voice cuts through the noise. The rising tide of ultra-processed food consumption in developing nations demands urgent action. Traditional diets rooted in local, minimally processed foods are being eroded. The solution? Policies that curb these foods' allure. Think taxes, marketing bans, and front-of-package labels. Subsidies for fresh produce and clear dietary guidelines can tilt the scales back toward health. Imagine a world where our food systems nurture, not harm. This isn't just data, it's a clarion call. Regulatory and fiscal measures can reshape our food environments, fostering choices that sustain life, National dietary guidelines must evolve, spotlighting the perils of industrial processing. The evidence is clear. Reducing ultra-processed food intake isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Will we heed the warning, or let convenience dictate our fate? To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.